the thing is, General, it came completely without warning. It was out of my nose before I could stifle it. Shh. Shh. Yes, certainly. I'm sorry. It's not a cold, if that's what you're worrying about, sir. Probably a particle of dust in the nostril. Shh.
But try as he might, Cherdyakov could not put the incident out of his mind. The sneeze, itself no more than an innocent anatomical accident, grew out of all proportions in his mind until it resembled the angry roar of a cannon aimed squarely at the enemy camp. He played the incident back in his mind, slowing the procedure down so he could witness again, with horror, the infamous deed.
Yes, charming.
Charming, simply charming.
I found it utterly charming.
I was completely charmed by it.
Excuse me, Excellency?
What? Who's that tapping?
I'm tapping, sir. I'm the tapper, Cherdyakov.
Stand back, dear. It's the sneezer.
No, it's quite all right. I'm all sneezed out. I was just concerned about your going into the night air with a damp head.
It was a trifle, a mere faux pas. Forget it, young man. Amusing play, don't you think? Did you find it amusing? Oh, yes. So true. I haven't laughed as much in years. And which part interested you the most?
The sneeze. When I sneezed on you, it was unforgivable, sir.
Forget it, young man. Come, my dear. It looks like rain, and I don't want to get my head wet again.
You shouldn't let people sneeze at you, my dear. You are not to be sneezed at.
So here it looks like Cherdyakov cannot take out the sneeze of his mind. He cannot take it out. He's not thinking of anything but the sneeze that he sneezed on at his general's head. So what does he do? The writer, we will see this part when the writer is involved again in the story, and he talks again and he tells us how Cherdyakov is thinking. So he's telling us that Cherdyakov thinks that the sneeze is not just a sneeze. The sneeze was like an angry roar of a cannon. A cannon which is aimed to the enemy camp, and out of it came an angry roar toward the head of the general. And the general's head, when he received the sneeze, it was like a hammer which hammed his head with a 50-pound hammer on his head, blow on the base of his skull. Okay, it's just only in Cherdyakov's mind. It is not the truth. In the truth, it is just a sneeze. So after the play finished and all of them are leaving home, Cherdyakov taps the shoulder of the general again, and then the general is so annoyed. He says, "Who's tapping me?" So he says, I'm Cherdyakov says, "I'm the tapper, sir. I'm the tapper." So his wife says he's the sneezer. Okay, so she is like, enough. So Cherdyakov says, "The sneezer. I sneezed on you. Oh, I'm sorry. So the general says, "Oh, young man, just forget it. Let it go. What about the play? Didn't you find it amusing?" So Cherdyakov would say, yes, amusing. Then general asks him, "Which part interested you the most?" Cherdyakov says, "The sneeze. When I sneezed on you, sir." So the general again will say, "Forget it, young man. Okay, my dear," talking to his wife, "let's go. Okay, I don't want to get my head wet again." Means like he will sneeze on me at me again. Madame Rasalov will say to him, "You shouldn't let people sneeze at you, honey. Okay, you are not to be sneezed at." And they left. They're gone. What the general and his wife said now, Would that make it easier for Cherdyakov, or he will feel worse? Let's see.
I'm ruined. Ruined. He'll have me fired from trees and bushes. They'll send me down to branches and twigs.
Come, Ivan.
What?
You mustn't let it concern you. It was just a harmless little sneeze. The General's probably forgotten about it already.
Do you really think so?
No. I'm scared, Ivan.
And so they walked home in despair.
Perhaps if I send him a nice gift. Maybe some Turkish towels.
Cherjakov's once promising career had literally been blown away.
Why did this happen to me? Why did I go to the theatre at all? Why didn't I sit in the balcony with people of our own class? They love sneezing on each other.
Come to bed, Ivan.
Perhaps if I call on the General and explain matters again, but in just a charming, honest and self-effacing manner, he would have no choice but to forgive me.
Maybe it's best not to remind him.
No, if ever I expect to become a gentleman, I must behave like one.
And so the next morning came. This happened to be the day the General listened to petitions. And as there were 50 or 60 petitioners ahead of him, Cherdyakov waited from morning till late afternoon.
So after the general, his wife, left, Cherdyakov went to his wife and he said to her, I am ruined. I am ruined. He will fire me. He will fire me. I am working in the, remember what he said, in the trees and bushes? They will fire me. They will sit me down to branches and twigs. Oh, so the wife says, come, Ivan, I bet he forgot everything. So Cherdyakov says to her, do you really think so? So, but Cherdyakov's wife, she is also scared. She says to him, no, I'm scared, Ivan. I'm so scared, Ivan. I don't think he would forget it. Okay, and then the writer is involved again, and he says to us that they will walk into home in despair. They feel so despair, they walk home. Cherdyakov will think, perhaps I should send him a nice gift, maybe some Turkish towel. So the writer says Cherdyakov's promising career had literally been blown away. His career is done.